All right, what's going on YouTube? I'm Rob,
And this is Nick.
and today we are switching up. We're doing a video call because I'm not in the studio. Nick is holding down the fort in the studio. He's got his Christmas tree up and going. But we're going to give you our weekly market update, talk about what's going on in the news, the charts, and give you our predictions. So, Nick, you want to start with some news or some charts? What do you feel like?
Oh my gosh. Let's start with some news because it'll kind of lay the groundwork for what we're going to look at in the charts.
All right. Well, the major things are the FTX debacle, which we've known about for a little over a week now. We posted that on our last weekly update. But from that, we have some more contagion and fallout. We have the grayscale situation. We have that's all right. Got a guest in there. We have the grayscale situation going on with them potentially having liquidity and insolvency issues themselves. And then we have today Joe Biden announcing potential regulation for the crypto markets based off everything that happened with FTX. So this is just kind of more fallout from the whole FTX situation. And if you're not familiar with Grayscale and the GBTC, it's basically like a paper Bitcoin. It's almost like, what would you call it? It's like a stock you can trade, where you put in your retirement.
It's like a representation of Bitcoin. And Grayscale has other. They're not even ETFs yet because they haven't been approved as ETFs. So I don't exactly. It's just a form of being able to buy Bitcoin and other cryptos on the traditional markets. It's just a way to gain exposure to it. But all of them are trading at a discount right now.
Yeah, I think I saw it was as high as almost 50%. Is that right?
Bitcoin's trading at like a 50. Yeah, the Bitcoin Trust is trading at like a 50% discount. I actually own some of the Bitcoin Cash Trust, and it's trading at like a 30% discount. And it actually has me kind of scared. Like, should I just get out and just buy Bitcoin Cash, and store it in cold storage at this point? Because who knows what those guys are doing with the funds behind the scenes? How much exposure did they have to the FTX? Are they going to need a bailout? Are my funds safe? I don't know.
A couple of things to unpack there. So basically, for anyone who's not familiar, if you want to buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, anything like that, you got to buy it on a exchange. You can keep it on that exchange, or you can store it in your wallet off the exchange. For someone who wants a more simplified version, they came out with this Grayscale Trust, where you can basically buy, sell, trade shares of Bitcoin, but basically on like the stock market. It's unclear of how they arrive at their price because they're trading at like a 50% discount now. So I don't know how that spread even came about. But
it used to actually trade at not a discount but an actual premium when they first came out.
What's causing that discount?
I would imagine that it's the risk being priced in for investors not knowing what's going on behind the scenes. They don't know if they're actually going to be able to get approval for the ETF to actually have a real representation of. You're basically buying into a fund that holds the cryptocurrency. In the beginning, they were trading at a premium because some investors, the only way they knew how to get exposure to Bitcoin was through these trusts. So that actually drove the price to a premium, and now they're at a discount.
I saw a couple Twitter threads. People were posting on how to arbitrage the situation. So there's some people out there arbitraging this scenario with the premium. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know how, because I don't think you can redeem. I don't think you're able to redeem your shares of Grayscale for actual cryptocurrency. So I'd be curious to know how they're arbitraging that.
Yeah, it seemed too complicated where I was like, this is too complicated and too time consuming for me to do it. So I didn't really dive deep into it. But as far as Grayscale goes, from my understanding, there's this company called Genesis, and I believe they own Grayscale, the trust. And it seems like they were all commingled with the whole FTX situation, and there was some fallout with that. And they also are involved with Gemini and their Earn program. So Gemini, you can stake on their platform, and you earn, percentage APY, which is good or above market rate. So basically, this is just people lending and borrowing and lending and borrowing and creating leverage and paying each other back at high interest rates, and that's allowing them to give you the APY. And with the FTX fallout, um, you know, funds got obliterated, and now people can't pay each other back. So this is what's going on. And that company Genesis, which I believe owns Grayscale, I believe they posted that they need like an emergency loan of $1 billion+ by Monday, so by tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm confused why they need that loan. Like, unless they were leverage trading their assets that they had on the books, and now they're underwater. So
Yeah, I'm not sure on that, but so we have that whole situation, which is causing a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And because if they're in such a tight position where they have to liquidate, they're going to sell, hundreds of thousands of Bitcoins and hundreds of thousands of Ethereum tokens on the market. So that could really nuke the price of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and bring down the entire market. So that's the fear, uncertainty, and doubt right now on that. And then Biden came out today and said that they are looking into considering regulation on the crypto markets based on the fallout of FTX. So, which is also driving more fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And then on top of that, I know, Nick, we were talking about this before with inflation, interest rates, monetary tightening, the markets in general, layoffs, recession. So we have all that as additional factors.
yeah, it's so interesting to me. I was actually out earlier looking at houses today, and the prices are still as high as they were last year. They've come down a little bit, but considering interest rates have gone from 2% to 7%, I don't know how the home prices can maintain these levels. So yeah, we're in for an interesting 2023.
Yeah, a lot of is that what they call blood on the streets?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm not selling. I'm just gonna hold my crypto either to zero or hero. Do you want to take a look at the charts now, or is there any other news you wanted to discuss, Rob?
There's nothing new. Everything else we've talked about. We've been talking about for weeks and months as far as the macro goes on this channel. The only real news is just the update with FTX. Just so much more shenanigans have happened since our last update. Basically, turns out SPF was just an absolute fraud. They were completely incompetent and misusing funds and just doing a ton of illegal stuff. But besides the Grayscale and the Biden news, that's pretty much it for anything that's significant. So why don't we jump into the charts, take us back to where we were, a week or so ago, and then let's get some predictions.
All right, let's do this. Share my screen. Can you see it?
Yeah.
All right, let me. Okay. So yeah, taking a look here at where Bitcoin is right now. I think the last time we gave an update, let me kind of zoom in a little bit here. We were kind of hanging out in this channel, bouncing between 18 and 24,000. And then you can see this, it doesn't look so big, but it is a pretty significant candle here. And this is on the weekly chart. We dumped from 20,000 all the way down to 15,800. And if you can see the volume by price over here, I like using this indicator as kind of a form of support and resistance where a majority of the Bitcoin and crypto is traded. So once we broke and closed candles below this large area of support, it now has me kind of scared that we could go all the way down. And I need to zoom out because we need to get some more data on these volume by price. There we go. And you can see that changes a little bit because I was pulling in some more historical data all the way from 2019 and 2020. So it shows the next major level of support is around $12,000. I know people have said 12 to 14,000. At least from what I'm seeing on this chart, it's looking like the next major level of support is around 12,000. Are we going to go straight down to hit that level before we bounce, or are we just going to kind of hover in this, kind of go test this resistance at 18,000 before we dump down there? I don't know. I mean, I was so confident back here before this whole FTX thing happened that we were going to bounce here, but in our last videos, we were like, the only way we're breaking down here, I believe, is if we get another black swan event, and look what happened. We got black swan event that is kind of cascading into all aspects of the crypto markets, and it's affecting so many of these firms. So we don't know how far the blood in the streets goes. We're going to find that out over the next few weeks.
Yeah, it's not looking good with that and the contagion. It's just like,
so yeah, I'm seeing this level as 12,000 being very important, because you can see the level here. It's where we topped out before we dumped, before we had that run. And also these levels in 2019 was a level of resistance there. So
we're about 14,000. Where is that on the chart?
It's right here. It's this peak in the summer of 2019 where we kind of bounced off the lows, and then we capitulated back down for C19 right here. 14,000. I know a lot of people are saying that. The only thing I see here is a wick up to that level during that that kind of summer of excitement in 2019 before we kind of turned down for C19. I'm seeing more confirmation in the volumes around the $12,000 level. So I think at this point with the data I'm seeing, 12,000 looks like a winner for me for where this market is headed.
Like a local bottom.
I don't know, man. And I mean, another thing we can talk about is mindset. I know, like, anyone who has been invested in these markets the last year has just like, I mean, I'm feeling it. I've held a majority of my crypto through this entire bear market, and it does not feel good. So the fact that I'm looking on the charts now and seeing that we could go down to 12,000 from 16,000, I mean, that could just be Bitcoin. The Bitcoin dominance is falling. Let me see if I have that chart on here. Yeah, we do. Here's the Bitcoin dominance chilling in this bear flag right here, right around 40% of the market. For those of you who don't know what Bitcoin dominance is, it is the market capitalization of Bitcoin relative to the rest of the crypto market. So all of the market cap of Bitcoin is almost 41% of the market right now. And we kind of had a drop down here in 2021, and we've just kind of been bear flagging here. I do believe we're going to get a breakdown of this. I believe Bitcoin is going to, and what that means is I believe Bitcoin is going to do worse relative to the other altcoins in the market moving forward. So does that mean that as Bitcoin dumps down to 12,000, are the altcoins going to dump as far? I don't know.
Usually they dump more.
Yeah, usually they dump more, but some of these altcoins have already dropped 90 to 95%. So it just is hard for me to believe that they could fall any further. I mean, anything can happen. But if people are selling Bitcoin, where are they going to put their money? Are they just cashing out into US dollars? Or are they going to find an altcoin to rotate their money into that they believe has a future? I don't know.
So
I would hope that they do that. So some of these altcoins that I'm holding could find some support.
So outside of that, let's talk about the past week or two on some ways we have made money in crypto. I was in a Ethereum short today, or actually I was holding over the past couple of days, closed out at around 15%, and then Ethereum before this call, everything kind of sold off even more. So that would have been an even bigger run for myself. So any good trades for you, Nick, this past week?
Not recently. The last couple of weeks have been pretty ugly for me trading. At the current trade that I'm in right now is I am crossing my fingers for an FTT short squeeze, because that thing has dumped so far so fast that typically when coins go down that fast, and it's kind of the same thing I was thinking when I did the same thing with Luna. However, FTT cannot be printed into oblivion. It's got a cap on it. So it has a higher likelihood of having a short squeeze. I believe Luna would have done the same thing had they not gone in and just started printing tokens to oblivion and sending that thing to basically zero. So yeah, right now I bought some FTT tokens on the hope of getting a short squeeze rally. It's like trading at $1.30 right now, and a lot of times these short squeezes go 300 to 500% from the bottom.
There was this coin called SNM. In 48 hours, it pumped 6,000%. It went up to like $13, $14, and now it's dumped back down to like $1.50. But
yeah, that's just like manipulation of the markets. You got big buy orders coming in. Can you trade it on futures?
I only saw it on spot on KuCoin, but
Oh, okay.
I'm not
Yeah,
sure where
but
else it's trading.
yeah,
But it's just funny to see these coins pumping like this, even in a bear market. Like a coin is doing hundreds, thousands of percent in a couple of days.
but yeah, like it's very difficult to trade bear markets. I don't have any active futures trades open right now. I kind of parked my cash in FTT token. And I know it sounds like a very dumb thing to do. However, I have seen in the past where these things will bottom out and just randomly have a 300 to 500% spike because the market just wants to destroy the shorts. So I'm kind of crossing my fingers on that. But other than that, I don't have any active trades other than just my long-term crypto holdings.
Cool. All right. Well, I think we'll wrap it up there. Nick, why don't you just share the screen one last time and show everyone our course in case they want to learn more about investing in crypto and learning how to get in on good projects during this bear market so they can take advantage of the real returns when things resume and we get, we
You
start
talking
a next bear
about?
market.
Can you see my screen right now?
No, I can't.
Uh,
No, I cannot.
okay. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay. So is this what you wanted me to show, the beginner's guide to crypto or the crypto course?
Yeah, why don't we show both? So that's our beginner's guide to crypto. We'll list these links down below. This is our free guide. So gives you or teaches you everything you need to know how to get started in crypto, how to start investing, and how to start making money. That's our free guide. And then we also have a full step-by-step video training course giving you everything you need to know to make serious money and how Nick basically accumulated multiple millions of dollars in profits from investing in crypto and how you can do the same following his strategies, tactics, mindset, and plan of action. So
there we were at Horseshoe Bend earlier this year. That's the girl you saw kind of sneak into frame a little bit earlier in the video. All right. Well, yep, that's the beginner's guide to crypto. That's our course that Rob just explained. And stop sharing here for a second. And just one final thing. Anything we talk about here is not financial advice. We definitely stress to our viewers to do your own research before investing your hard-earned money in any of these crypto assets. This is just for educational purposes only, and we will catch you guys next time.
all right, take care, guys. See you in the next one.